got a lot of things labeled over the past couple of days that weren't labeled before.
As long as it makes your vlog easy to you, that's the main thing.
Yeah, well, I thought I might try to, if somebody had any doubts about what it was, that I would put a label on it so they can kind of get a handle on it there. But some of it's a little bit too far away. I need bigger fonts, but spectrum analyzer, that's a lot of words there.
Yes, indeed it is, Jimmy. Yes, it is.
But I can just about read it myself, so hopefully that'll be all right.
I am going to get me something to drink, and I'll be right back. Inland GTO, the sidekick to the KC9VKV Vlog Network.
Roger, this is KC9VKV with just a heads up. The regular Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net will be starting in 10 minutes at 3:30 on this frequency.
This is WD8NKJ Mark. Just wondered what net you said that was starting up?
This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor with the Qso-Vlog net. We run from 3:30 to 5 on this frequency, Roger.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the net. I was dialing around. I thought the band was completely dead, and I ran across you guys here just listening for a few minutes.
Roger, what's the call?
Roger, what's the call? Yeah, the call is Whiskey Delta 8, November, Kilo, Japan.
Kilo Japan, Roger, and what's the name?
Kilo Japan, Roger, and what's the name? My name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo.
Roger, Mark, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Mark, and whereabouts are you located, sir? I'm in Franklin, Ohio, between Dayton and Cincinnati, closer to Dayton.
Roger. Well, gosh, we've got a bunch of internet SDRs on a rotary switch that we can look around, and I'm copying you really well on my Georgia SDR right at the moment. Now, where are you located? We're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville, Roger.
You're coming in here like a ton of bricks, and I need to see who's calling here, but coming in really good.
Oh, Roger that. Well, our SDRs, internet SDRs, are receive only. We transmit on our dipole antenna mostly. All the time. We do move around on our receive antenna because of the internet capabilities, but we transmit on our dipole antenna on the Louisville area, Roger.
Yeah, I copy that. I'm glad to hear that I'm coming in down there in Georgia, but antenna as well, because of how good you're coming in here. But somebody gave me an old HF auto tuner, and I got a little bit of work on it, got it working here, and just been poking around on 80 and 40 with it today.
Roger. What radio is that?
Well, my transceiver is an FT450D. But the thing that was given to me was an HF auto tuner from Palstar.
Yeah, Roger.
Now the 450D is from Yaesu, and I picked that up the last year when the last year that the Hamvention was at Hara Arena.
Oh, Roger that. Is that an older radio or a newer radio, or?
I think they came out about 10 years ago, something like that. Something like that. They had the FT450, then they went to the FT450D, and now they moved on to something completely different.
Roger, Roger. So your transfer bandwidth is what, 27 or so?
27 or so. Yeah, I think that's about right. It's a fixed transmit. It's not adjustable bandwidth. And I think it cuts off somewhere around 300 hertz on the low end.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, probably 300 to 2700. Those with internal EQ, little punch up on the treble sound really, really great. You can't even tell the 2700.
Really great. You can't even tell the 2700. I copy that. I'm using a modified D104. The only modification was I raised the input resistor on the preamp, and I also have attenuation on the output because this radio doesn't want the preamp, so I just padded the output. And most people tell me it sounds pretty good.
Yes, sir. Sound like you might be just a tad hot into your ALC. We usually suggest 2/3 deflection on the ALC meter, or 7, whichever comes first. We have a setup. We use the word audio, and don't stress it. We just say it and adjust the mic gain until the ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3 in the sweet spot. Roger.
Or 2/3 in the sweet spot. Roger. Yeah. Okay. Well, I backed away from the mic a little bit, and that's about where it is. With about 1/10 between me and the microphone is about 3/4 of the scale.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it looks like your dynamic range is about 3 dB, which is what we suggest running. So that means that your average percent of peak modulation is around 80 to 85%, Roger.
Around 80 to 85%, Roger. Well, that's good. It's amazing you can tell that much from an SDR there. I've also got Drake Twins here. I don't have them fired up right now, but most people tell me that they can't tell the difference whether I'm on this Yaesu or whether I'm on the Drake. I think they have a very similar transmit bandwidth.
Roger, Roger. But you probably need to do more catch-up on the Drake. That's an older radio, and gosh, I used to run one on 10 meters, and it was a game of catch-up on that, Roger. You're just constantly tuning in, Roger.
Constantly tuning in, Roger. Yeah, there's a lot of times when I just check into the Drake net, I leave it tuned on the same frequency there. They have an RL Drake net there on Sunday afternoon around 7235, I think it is 38, maybe something like that. So, but it's been a pretty good rig, and I haven't had to do much to it there. I just don't use it that much.
Roger, Roger. Well, it really loves that microphone you're using for sure, Roger.
It really loves that microphone you're using for sure, Roger. Yeah, that's the Yaesu here. If you stick around about a minute or two, I'll fire up the Drake. I've got the receiver sitting on standby, and I just have to hit the transmitter real quick, and you can give me a comparison if you have time.
We're getting ready to open the net, so maybe later on a little bit, give me a shout, Roger.
Give me a shout, Roger. Very well. Okay, we will be listening on the side here. I'm trying to find the screws that hold the cover on this HF Auto Tuner. Somehow I've lost a little bag. I had them in there. WD8NKJ 73.
Roger. KC9VKV net opening in about 45 seconds.
Opening in about 45 seconds.
And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday Afternoon Qso-Vlog Network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 3,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And we also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher level of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 5 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia specifically, and in addition we're running our newer number 5 Hocus Pocus Internet SDR receiver, loaded with 50 additional pre-programmed Internet SDR locations spread out over 20 states across the eastern half of the United States, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 5 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in the selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, the other aimed at 90 degrees, and the third is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specially oriented resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA 5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. We pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you will reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now, with all that being said, let's open it up and see if our Elmer's out there. Lou, N9GTO, you out there? Well, our Elmer's not there right at the moment. I thought he would be, but well, let's open it up and see who's out there. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
The station in Tennessee, the Whiskey 4. Come back to Jim so he can tell us a little bit about your antenna so we can find out where you are, over. Your antenna so we can find out where you are, over.
Station calling Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Come back and try it one more time. I'm listening on my local antenna right at the moment, but we do have 5 internet SDRs to choose from. So if you would, try one more time. Roger, Roger.
The station in Tennessee, can you tell me what frequency or what town you're in? What town you're in?
I heard somebody back in there, Lou, but I don't copy him now. I got a lot of blow-by coming off. Sounds like somebody's about 1 kc off our frequency.
Sounds like somebody's about 1 kc off our frequency.
They are there.
This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
OPR, this is KC9VKV. Come on back with that call sign one more time, right?
Oh, sure. Whiskey Able 8, Ocean Papa Radio, WAA-OPR in Michigan.
Roger, this is Terry.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And yours is David?
I'm sorry?
Your handle is David?
Jim, this is the Qso-Vlog net. Terry, we've talked quite a few times.
Yes, we sure have, and I appreciate it, Jim. Sorry for the lapse of memory. Just a beautiful copy here, 30 over S9 in Farmington, Michigan. I've got an old Kenwood in Farmington, Michigan. I've got an old Kenwood rig I just put online. I wanted to see how it sounds. An old Kenwood TS7. I am running about 300 watts to a long wire. Back to you, Jim.
Roger, Terry, I've got somebody that's about a KC off our frequency that's giving me a hard time. I'm trying to find an SDR that they're not on, but like I say, they must be about 1 KC off. So why don't you tell me about your tell me what the radio is first, there, Terry.
Okay, I got it, Jim. That's old Kenwood TS870. I just put online. And little solid state amplifier I built, 300 watts, 170 foot end fed, up about 50 feet on the average. And PTH again, Farmington, Michigan, near Detroit. Back to you, Jim.
Roger, Terry, well, looking at your audio on the output of my 7300, your looks to be about 3 dB dynamic range in your audio, and the curve is just very nice, very articulated. So I think you got it going on, brother.
Nice, very articulated. So I think you got it going on, brother.
Well, thank you, Jim. I'm sure there's many stations plenty to talk to you, but first time I've had the 870 in for your analytical abilities, and I appreciate all those comments, and I'll stay on the side. Over, back to you, Jim.
Roger, I'm copying you on my my Kentucky SDR that's up around Cincinnati, and you seem to be about 10 to 12 over their noise level, so a nice signal there, Roger. Let me see if I got you on my local antenna. Come back just a little bit more.
There, Roger. Let me see if I got you on my local antenna. Come back just a little bit more.
Okay. One north-south, one east-west, 170 footers. That's it, Jim. Over.
Yes, sir. I've got you on my local antenna. You're about 8 dB over my noise level, and it sounds even better on the output of the 7300. I've got that radio with no noise reduction or no noise blanking or anything. It's just about as neutral a radio as you can get, and as far as anything else cranked in there. It's on let's see, number 1 filter, so we're doing really well there, Roger, and you're sounding great, Roger.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Like I said, I don't want to monopolize the frequency with all the people you may want to speak to you, so I'll just sign off. Thank you for the help. So I'll just sign off, but thank you for the help again, Jim. Over.
Roger, Terry 73, sir. And you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you want to hear that great audio, if you go to YouTube and do the call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3500, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
3500, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Thank you, Jim. Shall do. I want to hear this radio, see what it sounds like. Have a good day and a good weekend. 7-3, Jim.
Roger, Terry 73. And gosh, if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. And this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My Elmer's with me this afternoon. Elmer, N9GTO, you out there?
With me this afternoon, Elmer, N9GTO, you out there?
Yes, I am, Jeff. S9 or better up here on this hill. I'm hearing everybody beautifully on my own receiver there, over.
Roger. Well, gosh, you're sounding mighty good back this way. That what radio is that you're running?
This one here is the... You had to ask me, didn't it? Well, let's just say it's the 7300. The whites don't want me really telling too much.
Oh, Roger. Well, sounds really good for 7300, but then the 7300 sounds good. Somebody would have to go out of their way to make a 7300 sound bad.
Well, believe it or not, they've got a new 72300 Mark II that has got a better filtering system and has an EQ in it that does unbelievable. And you can see that on the screen as well. It plugs right into the screen, and you can see the pan adapter and everything. So I think that might be your next move, is the 7300 Mark II. You need to read about it.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly happy with the 7300. It's just the transmitter is just ideal. It's just beautiful. I don't see how you could get a better transmitter. And the EQ, now, you got to stop to consider now. The EQ on the 7300 uses a fixed treble, fixed mid-range control. So there's only two EQ parameters in the 7300, treble and bass, and the mid-range is fixed. And that's exactly what I suggest for folks in general, is don't, make any adjustments to that mid-range. Leave that mid-range off or flat, because the whole idea behind an equalizer is to strike a balance between the treble and the mids and the bass and the mids. And if you jack up the mids, it's so hard for the treble and the bass to catch up. So in that respect, we suggest that one just do not, if there is a treble, if there is a mid-range adjustment, make it plus or minus a 0 or off on your, your mids, and then crank in what top and bottom you need to match your mids.
Yes, sir. And with this one here, I do have a 10-band and a 32-band EQ that if I select on, but you are right. The mid EQ needs to be flat, and that's what it is here. It's flat.
Yes, sir. That's that's the thing that you're you're running on. So you're making your top and bottom frequency response flat to that, or at least balanced to the mids. So you don't want to really mess with the mids. Even a bad microphone will usually perform well in the mids, so you don't really need to do any equalizing in the mids, even on a bad microphone, because you can, you're probably looking to punch up the top and the bottom to match the mids on a bad microphone, more so than what you would have to do to strike a balance with a good microphone.
I agree with you, Jim. Is there anybody else out there would like to get on the Vlog net with Jim Ferguson? Please come on in.
Whiskey Delta 8, November Kilo Japan.
November Kilo Japan. Roger, come back with that call sign again, please.
Yeah, this is Mark. I worked you right before the net. Whiskey Delta 8, November Kilo Japan. And I'm running the Drake Twins here now, and using an amplifier.
Roger, this is Mark in Ohio, Roger.
Roger that.
Roger, Mark, and what was that radio? Let's see, FT450D, is that a Roger?
That's what I was running earlier, and since then I switched over to the Drake Twins. I'm using the T4X. Since then I switched over to the Drake Twins. I'm using the T4XC and the R4C, the 444 microphone from Shure, and Palstar LA1K amplifier.
Roger that. And what's your output power?
Roger that. And what's your output power?
Right now, my PEP is 1,000 watts.
Roger. What is the amp that you're using?
Roger. What is the amp that you're using?
I'm using a solid-state amp from Palstar, and normally they're designed for 40 watts of drive, but I modified this one for 100 watts, and I just backed off on the loading on the Drake to get me down to 100 watts. The Drake will put out more than 150 watts on this band, so that's what I did. I detuned the Drake a little bit on the loading, and then to get me to 100 watts, and the amp is modified for 100 watts of drive.
Roger, Roger. Well, you sound really good. Like I say, I'm looking at your audio on the output of my 7300. I've got a VU meter tied to the output. I also have a spectrum analyzer tied to the output of my 7300. And you look to be about 3 dB dynamic range and, about probably 80 to 85% of peak modulation. So it's really looking good. I think you're right there on your AOC meter, probably in that sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, Roger.
You're probably in that sweet spot of 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Yeah, this radio does have ALC, but it doesn't have metering. But just based on my experience, a fairly long experience with this transceiver, I pretty much know what it takes to make it work. But the 444 seems to be one of the best mics for this rig.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you're sounding really good. Now, that radio does not have inboard EQ, so the way you have that mic set up, it really sounds choice, Roger.
The way you have that mic set up, it really sounds choice, Roger.
Well, I appreciate the signal report there, and maybe I'll tune in on the YouTube channel and hear my audio there. It's really a fun net, and I appreciate you inviting me to be part of it. 73 from WD8NKJ, Mark. Have a blessed day.
Roger, Mark 73, sir, and just again to repeat, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So 73, Mark, and we'll catch you later if you get a chance. Join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and I have Lou, my Elmer, out there. Elmer, what's going on?
Lou, my Elmer, out there. Elmer, what's going on?
Sitting back in the shack, minding
I just got back to my local antenna. What's happening?
I said I'm sitting back in the shack and enjoying what you're doing there, Jim.
Roger, sir. Well, gosh, this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, man, give me a shout.
You want to check out, man? Give me a shout.
I heard a whiskey station out there as I was going through my internet SDRs. Whiskey station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Whiskey station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Whiskey Tango 0 located southeast Missouri, just west of Cape Girardeau.
Okay, station, I got Whiskey Tango. Give me your call sign one more time, please.
I got Whiskey Tango. Give me your call sign one more time, please.
Whiskey Tango 0 uniform.
Whiskey Tango Kilo Uniform?
Whiskey Tango Kilo Uniform?
0 uniform.
Whiskey Tango 0 Uniform. Is that a Roger?
Whiskey Tango 0 uniform. Is that a Roger?
I'm sorry, I doubled you.
Whiskey Tango Uniform. Whiskey Tango 0 Uniform. Is that a Roger?
Whiskey Tango 0 uniform. Is that a Roger?
That is Roger.
All right, and what's the name there, sir?
All right, and what's the name there, sir?
Kilo India Romeo Kilo. Again, I'm located near Cape Girardeau.
Okay, Kirk, and where are you located, sir?
Okay, Kirk, and where are you located, sir?
Just west of Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
I think I copied Missouri. Let me get to my local antenna here and see if I'll tell you what, Kirk, maybe the best thing to do would be give me about 10 seconds or 15. Tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Better path for us, Roger.
Okay, it's pretty simple.
All right, so Kirk, I'm copying you on my my Kentucky SDR up around Cincinnati, and it sounds like that we might be able to make that radio sound better. What is the radio that you're running right now?
Sound better. What is the radio that you're running right now?
Gosh, I didn't copy you. I tell you what, do you copy me fairly well?
Gosh, I didn't copy you. I tell you what, do you copy me fairly well?
All right. Gosh, like I say, you're under my noise level now, but I could give you some stuff to think about. If you've got a copy on me, you could take some notes. First thing would be to try to get that radio in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. The TVW 100 to 2900. If it's a newer radio, you should have a selection and would include that 100 to 2900 on your transmit bandwidth. It's called wide, and it lets your transmitter run at the best it can, frequency response wise, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So the first thing would be to try to get that radio in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth if it's a newer radio. Now, if it's an older radio, it may be a fixed transmit bandwidth of say 2700 or something like that. But anyway, try to get it in the highest transmit bandwidth mode that it can be, because that will give you the best frequency response for the transmitter, and hopefully, if you can get into that 100 to 2900, it'll give you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. And once you're past your transmit bandwidth, you're moving into your compressor processor, and we suggest a 3. Suggest a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on your compressor processor. Just a third of its capabilities. It will do you very good, so it doesn't pump between words, which is, it doesn't do anybody any good. If you go up like a 6 or 7, you're going to get pump up between words, and that doesn't do anybody any good. So a 3 gives you a nice fatter signal without having to have punch up between the words as the compressor expands. Then into your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, don't stress it, just say it. You become a human test tone generator. And as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain, your internal mic gain, until your ALC meter is showing 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio, and adjust your microphone for that sweet spot reading on your ALC meter. Roger, roger.
Sweet spot reading on your ALC meter. Roger, roger. Roger, I copied the note.
Yes, sir, and I copied you fairly well on that last transmission coming from my Kentucky SDR up around Cincinnati. Looked to be about maybe 4 dB over the noise level. Roger?
About maybe 4 dB over the noise level. Roger? Roger, I won't keep you there. I did just install a modified power supply. I've been converting have a capability of almost 750 regulated modification. I'm regular verified, and it has some good luck on UHF but I'm trying to over.
Roger, Kirk. I didn't copy all of that. I do have one following suggestion, is that you leave your ALC meter out. So you've got to have something to do as you talk to your friends and neighbors around the world. So just leave your ALC meter out over the next week or two, and try to keep that ALC meter in the sweet spot with your voice, and that sweet spot is 7 or 2/3. You might have to touch up your mic gain just a little bit to stay in that sweet spot. But like I say, over a period of time, you'll develop a relationship with that ALC meter, and you'll be able to keep it right in the sweet spot just with your voice. Roger?
To keep it right in the sweet spot just with your voice. Roger? Roger. If you have a difficulty, I'm going to go ahead and find RADIOLAND
Roger, Kirk, 73 that way, sir. And if you want to hear the audio, what we've got of it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and we'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So 73, Kirk, and we'll catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. And see if my Elmer's out there. Elmer, you out there?
Vlog net. And see if my Elmer's out there. Elmer, you out there?
Yes, I am. I got
By the time I get to my local antenna, you're gone.
I said I had a very good copy on him at the very end of the QSO. Yeah, he sounded really good.
Yes, sir. He came up a little bit towards the end there. I guess he was from Missouri, and I don't copy a bunch from out west like that too much. Most of my stuff is oriented towards the East Coast, Roger?
Yes, sir. Considering where you live, I totally understand that.
I mean, pretty much all my internet SDRs come down the eastern seaboard from Montreal to Miami is, kind of what I'm looking at. Not too much out of the west. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey Charlie Mike.
Whiskey Charlie Mike, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Okay, yes, sir. Full call is Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Charlie Mike.
Roger, Whiskey Charlie Mike. What's the name there?
Oh, boy, I didn't hear that.
I'm sorry, what's the name there?
Oh, I'm sorry. His name is Ron. Roger, Oscar, Nancy.
Roger, Ron, and what's your location, sir?
I'm located in southeast Georgia, a place called Brunswick.
Roger that. I'll tell you what, Ron, why don't you give me about 10 seconds, tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
Roger. The antenna here...
Better path for us, Roger?
Roger. The antenna here is a Alpha Delta 80-40 meter dipole up about 55 feet. And we're feeding it with just 8X straight up there, and that's about it on the antenna. It's like I took 55 feet in the air. Over.
Roger, Ron, and what radio are you running today?
Roger, Ron, and what radio are you running today?
An old Kenwood, TS850 Sugar, and the microphone is a Kenwood MC80.
Roger that, Ron. Gosh, I have some thoughts for you. Is that a newer radio or older radio?
I have some thoughts for you. Is that a newer radio or older radio?
It's an old radio, back from the 80s.
Roger. And what do you figure your transmit bandwidth is? Probably 27, 26?
27, 26?
Gee, I don't know offhand. I can't. Maybe 24.
Roger that. Sounds like you might be just a little hot into your ALC. Let's, if you got it just a moment, we review a couple of things. One would be your compressor processor. We do suggest that one adjust that to a 3. it's a token amount, something you'll never hear on the air, but it helps us get our numbers at the end. So it's the compressor processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled, Roger.
Out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled, Roger.
Roger, yeah, it's labeled 1 through 10. I had it on 3. I just turned it down to 2.
Roger, I would leave it on 3. I think our thing is we got to get. So go ahead and put your compressor processor on 3. But let's move on to your ALC. I think that's where you might be hot a little bit. So what we suggest is we have a magic word here called audio. Not worried about the last half of that word, but the first half is you become a human test generator, and as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter. As you say the word audio, don't stress it, just say it as you would say any other word in a QSO, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. Roger?
Until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. Roger?
Roger. Here we go. Audio. 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 I'm seeing about half scale.
Roger. And what mic is that you were running?
Roger. And what mic is that you were running?
It's a Kenwood MCA, and it is amplified.
Roger. Now, let me just ask this. What we suggest is when you run a powered microphone, that the best way to do that is to take your internal mic gain control to a nice 5 or 4 or 5 reading, and then adjust your external mic gain to make that ALC meter work in the sweet spot. Because you don't want to push that front end too hard. Like if your internal mic gain was down around a 1, you would be pushing that too hard. You would be right on the verge of distortion. But by being able to take your internal mic gain up to a 4 or 5, you've got some headroom, and just then crank whatever you need to make the ALC meter work on your external drive. Roger?
Meter work on your external drive. Roger?
Roger. All right. The mic gain is on 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. And I haven't touched the external mic yet, but I brought it up to 4. Now I'm getting full deflection on my ALC. Probably, can you even understand me?
Roger. So you seem to be a little hot on your compressor processor. Are you still at a 3 on your compressor processor?
Are you still at a 3 on your compressor processor?
Roger, still 3, but I got full scale ALC now.
Roger. Okay, so go ahead and take your compressor processor out for the moment. Just out of curiosity, take that compressor processor out. And the sweet spot on your ALC is 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3. As you say the word audio, don't stress it. And what I would do, I would take my internal mic gain control up to a 5. I would arbitrarily just take my internal mic gain up to a 5, and then I would turn down my external mic gain until I could hit the sweet spot on my ALC meter. Roger?
Well, I could hit the sweet spot on my ALC meter. Roger?
Roger. I've got the mic gain on 5. Processor is turned off. Getting full scale on my ALC. I'm going to get a screwdriver in my hand here and turn the gain down on the external microphone.
Yes, sir. I would do that. And you're always looking for that sweet spot on the ALC. That is the ALC meter is the Bible for your radio. It'll tell you more what's going on with your radio than all your friends across the country. It does reflect, what it needs to, and so what we want to do is get that internal mic gain up to a 5, and then screwdriver the external amp level, external mic level, to where you can hit that sweet spot as you say the word audio, and just adjust your external mic gain until you're 7 or 2/3 on your ALC.
Gain until you're 7 or 2/3 on your ALC.
That last transmission sounded pretty good.
That last transmission sounded pretty good.
Too much. I got it. I got to turn the external mic gain down a little more.
Looking pretty good there. You know what we're looking. Well, you've got the ALC meter, so 7 or 2/3.
You've got the ALC meter, so 7 or 2/3.
Roger. Okay. Well, I keep going past the hello audio. All I've got now is about a quarter.
Right, so go ahead and turn up your external mic gain to where you are in the sweet spot on your ALC.
Mic gain to where you are in the sweet spot on your ALC.
All right, audio. Oh, getting a little better here now. Audio. I can get it. I can. Okay, I turned it down quite a bit. How does this sound?
Sounds all right, but the meter tells it all. So what you want to do is when you say the word audio, the word is so beautiful, that first part of the word, because it's a steady tone, and it's very easy to adjust. It's not like words where the meter's bouncing around. This is audio. It's a very steady tone, and it's easy to set that ALC meter to 7 or 2/3.
Easy to set that ALC meter to 7 or 2/3.
Roger. Yeah, well, okay. It sure is peaky, though. I'm about 2 inches away from the mic, and got the mic gain on 5, and got the external mic down. Audio. You got to practice that to control it. Like you said, you got to kind of get that sweet spot and learn how far away from the mic, how loud to talk, to keep that thing in at 3/4 or 7/10. Anyway, is it any better than when we started?
Yes. You're much less distorted now. That's the whole idea behind getting your internal mic gain up to around a 5, because you're not pushing that first stage of your internal mic preamp as you would if it was on a 1 or something. So you're a lot better at a 5 on your internal mic gain, and then make your external stuff work with that. Now we haven't even talked about EQ. Your EQ signal is kind of mid-rangey. What kind of equalizer do you have on that radio?
What kind of equalizer do you have on that radio?
No equalizer on this radio.
Roger. Okay, so I would come in a little bit closer. There's a thing called bottom end buildup as you come closer to the microphone, and so I want you to be maybe 2 inches closer to the microphone than what you have been, and let me listen to you there.
Than what you have been, and let me listen to you there.
Roger, okay. This is WB8WCM, and get a little closer to the mic. I seem to have a little better control over the ALC now, and it's hanging in there over 1/2 to 3/4. On the peak, every once in a while it'll jump up, but I got to kind of practice, Jim.
Yes, sir. Now, what kind of mic is that?
Yes, sir. Now, what kind of mic is that?
Did you ask me, Jim?
What kind of mic is that you're running?
What kind of mic is that you're running?
It's a Kenwood MC80. It's a electric powered mic, little microphone.
Roger, is it a hand mic or a studio mic or what?
Roger, is it a hand mic or a studio mic or what?
It's a disc mic.
Roger that. Well, I would suggest if you get a chance, in the future, I would go ahead and get a foam windscreen and put on that mic just to take care of any mouth noises and plosives and stuff. A foam windscreen really cleans up the audio, just unbelievable. Roger.
Windscreen really cleans up the audio, just unbelievable. Roger.
Roger. Yeah, this has got a little foam rubber cap on it, covering it up, and this darn thing's pretty touchy. It's that ALC meter. I wish it'd stay a little more steady. But Jim, if you say I'm better, I would never have done what you've told me to do. But I appreciate it, and I think we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, so I'm looking at your audio on the output of my 7300. I have a VU meter and a spectrum analyzer tied to my 7300 output. And so I can tell by the way my VU meter hangs as to the approximate dynamic range that you're using on your transmitter. Normal speech without any processing is called a 10 dB window. That is, if I had a VU meter tied to a PA system that you were talking on, and there was no processing in there, my meter would be bouncing around, just from zero level down to minus 10, and so we would call that a 10 dB dynamic range. But it's just not fat enough to transmit on ham radio, so we want to get it fatter, and we want to take that 10 dB dynamic range and move it down to about a 3 dB dynamic range, so you're nice and fat there, but 3 dB still allows you to have words with movement. In other words, they're not up against the wall and distorted. So that's what we're looking for, and that's where you are right now, a 3 dB dynamic range. And so your percent of peak modulation now with the 3 dB dynamic range is 80 to 85%, which is a nice fat signal, Roger.
80 to 85%, which is a nice fat signal, Roger.
Okay, that sounds good to me. This is best it's ever been, and I wouldn't, like I said, I always ran the mic gain on the transceiver down low, and jacked up the microphone, so I was going the wrong direction for sure. I'm watching the ALC now, and it's doing a lot better. Anyway, I appreciate that. If you feel we've done about all we can with this old radio, and hopefully I'll get some better reports than I've been getting.
Roger, Ron, and like I say, when you can, in the future, I would go ahead and get a foam windscreen for that mic, maybe, from wherever. They're only $4 or $5. I know you've got one, but it doesn't sound like maybe that it might be the best. You might try one other. They are tremendously good at busting up air turbulence coming towards that element in the microphone, and that's what a foam windscreen is all about. It just softens that air current headed for the element before it hits the mic and distorts. Roger.
For the element before it hits the mic and distorts. Roger.
Roger. I will start my search to find something better. This little foam rubber thing on here is not very thick, and it's probably original. It's probably very old, and so I'll do that. I think I sure appreciate you being there and helping me with this. So great. Anyway, I'll let you go. Maybe you can get somebody else on there and give them a hand and get them straightened up, and maybe I won't feel so bad. I get these bad reports, and I don't know, and I can't hear what I sound like on your end. I can monitor it, and but it didn't. I can't tell what I'm sounding like. So anyway, we'll let you go. Appreciate it. This is WB8 WCM.
Jim. That's an excellent report right there. Is out with today. That's what Jim's trying to do, and that's what it's all about. Back to you, Jim, and then GTO.
Roger, Roger, Lou. Ron, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, it'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, so you'll be able to hear what that radio sounds like of yours, Roger.
What that radio sounds like of yours, Roger.
Roger. Okay, I do that. I will do that. And if I get me a good windscreen, and I'll give you a call back one of these Fridays, and we'll see what's going on. But this radio just doesn't have too many things I can change on it. And I appreciate it, really do. And I tell you, I think we all appreciate what you're doing for the ham radio group out here, and helping us make us sound better. 7-3s. Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Charlie Mike.
Roger, Roger, Ron 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance to join us next Friday, we'd love to have you. What's going on over there, Mr. Lou?
Friday, we'd love to have you. What's going on over there, Mr. Lou?
I was getting a drink. But anyway, I'm here, and I want to congratulate you. Thank you for helping that gentleman out. When he hears your audio report, hears himself what the beginning and the ending, there were several people that made comments about the improvements was unbelievable. And doing fine. Just pour me something to drink, and I'll be back here shortly. And then GTO.
Roger, Roger, Lou. That's my Elmer right there. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Name is Jim. And this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Heard somebody back in there, station calling. Try it one more time, slowly, phonetically, Roger.
Try it one more time, slowly, phonetically, Roger.
I've got you on my New York SDR now. What's the name?
You on my New York SDR now. What's the name?
Yeah, what's the name of the station calling?
Yeah, what's the name of the station calling?
Tom, Tango Oscar Mike, Tom, Kilo 8, Tango Whiskey Mobile.
Okay, I got Kilo 8 Tango, and what was the rest?
Okay, I got Kilo 8 Tango, and what was the rest?
Yes, Kilo 8, Tango Whiskey Mobile.
Tango Whiskey Romeo, Roger, Roger, and the name is Tom, and what's your location, sir?
Romeo, Roger, Roger, and the name is Tom, and what's your location, sir?
Near Ashland, Kentucky.
Roger, Tom, and what radio are you running, sir?
Roger, Tom, and what radio are you running, sir?
I'm running an FT-857D Mobile with an ATOS 120.
FT-857 Romeo, is that a Roger?
FT-857 Romeo, is that a Roger?
857 Delta.
857 Delta, Roger, Roger. All right, gosh, so Tom, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
System, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Okay, Jim. So here the antenna is 8-ATOS 120 that are on the hatchback pole. And just want to get a signal record and audio record. New installation. Kilo 8 Tango Whiskey.
Roger, Roger there, Tom. I've got you up on my New York SDR. You're only about a dB or two above the New York noise level, so I don't have a great copy on you, but if you've got a copy on me, maybe we can do some business there. If you would be interested in the setup, it starts with you double-checking your transmit bandwidth. We're looking ideally for 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth for these newer radios. You usually have maybe 3 choices in the newer radios, one of them being 100 to 2900 is called wide, and it allows your transmitter to be all that it can be on the transmit frequency response wise, and then just gives you a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So we do suggest for the newer radios a 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Now if that radio is an older radio, the thing would be just to try to get it in the highest transmit bandwidth that it has available, if it has an adjustable transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Well, if it has an adjustable transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Tell me what Jim's call is.
Yes, KC9VKV.
Your call is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Roger, Roger.
Your call is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Roger, Roger.
SDR versus what he's hearing locally, over. Versus what he's hearing locally, over. You're on the 817, which is a fixed transmitter mobile, and you've got the ICOM mobile on the hatchback. I totally understand what you're doing, and it sounds great for being in a mobile. 73s, and God bless. In that GTO? Thank you again.
Yeah, I did not have a copy on him hardly at all.
Well, while I'm here, I did not have a copy.
Young man,
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you, Walter Concrete.
Yeah, good to hear you, Bud. I was just rolling around the frequencies and heard you in there talking with Jim, and thought I'd take the time to say hello to you, my friend.
Hello to you, my friend, right back to you.
Who is that?
Okay, Whiskey Sierra 8 November.
Roger, Roger. What's the name?
Walter Concrete.
My name is Walter Concrete, the Crankite.
Yeah, sure, okay. Are we communicating? We're really doing some great contact on that deal.
Yeah, okay. I'll get out of here, Jim. Let you go ahead and do what. Okay, I'll get out of here, Jim. Let you go ahead and do what you and Lou are doing there.
Sure.
14 years, well, almost.
Roger.
Okay, I'll move along and let you do your thing here. Whiskey Sugar 8 November. Roger.
Roger, Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Sounded really good.
Roger, Roger. Thanks for dropping by. Sounded really good.
Yeah, appreciate it.
He's got a voice from God. Or should I say, talent on loan from God. Boy, he sounds good.
Roger. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
It's November 4, Zulu Hotel Mike.
Zulu Hotel Mike. Roger. What's the name there?
Got two of them in there.
Zulu Hotel Mike, Roger. What's the name there?
The name here is Jeff Juliet Echo Foxtrot Foxtrot. And I'm running an ICOM IC7300 with a ICOM SM30 microphone into a Hustler 5 BTV vertical.
Roger, Jeff, and where are you located, sir?
Roger, Jeff, and where are you located, sir?
I'm located in a little town called Waynesville, North Carolina. We're about 35 miles west of Asheville, North Carolina.
Roger, Jeff. Well, if you would, sir, why don't you give me about 10 seconds? Tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find the best path for us, Roger.
Now let me look around and see if I can find the best path for us, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Hustler 5 in a vertical antenna with a 12 and a 17-meter add-on from DX Engineering. Running about probably around 500 to 550 watts right now. ICOM IC7300. That's about. I've got a in-fed half-wave too, but I'm on the vertical right now.
Roger, Jeff. Well, a couple of things on that 7300. First would be to be sure that you're in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. TBW, it's called wide, 100 to 2900. It lets your transmitter be all that it can be frequency response wise, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Roger, Roger. That's what I've got it set at right now. It's on wide on the 100 to 2900. That's what I've read is the best on me, so that's what I've got it set at right now. I've got my mic gain right now set at 10%, and my compression is set on 5%.
Roger, Roger. So the best thing to do is set your compressor processor to a 3. We want to be pretty subtle on our setup on that 7300. It's such a beautiful radio that a 3 out of 10 does just beautiful. Roger, Roger?
A 3 out of 10 does just beautiful. Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger. I just changed the compression to 3, and the mic gain is staying on 10%. I hope that sounds a little bit better. I sure do appreciate your help in this. I've heard you out here before, and I'm recovering from a broken leg, so I've got a lot of time on my hands right now. So, go ahead.
Oh, Roger, sorry about that. I hope everything turns out well for you. I'm sure it will. So once past the compressor processor on there at a 3, go to your ALC with mic gain in hand, your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, don't stress it, just say the word as you would say any other word in a QSO, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio and adjust your mic gain. Roger?
As you say the word audio and adjust your mic gain. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Audio. 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 That's about down to about 2% right now. Right, go ahead.
Well, you know, the actual reading of the mic level is not the important thing. The important thing is how it affects your ALC meter. So what we want to do is adjust the mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3 on that 7300. Roger?
Is running 2/3 on that 7300. Roger?
Roger, Roger. I have to adjust the mic gain on this SM30 with a little screwdriver. So let me turn the mic up and adjust it down a little bit.
All right, so you have an external mic with a power amp on it?
No, so you have an external mic with a power amp on it?
Roger, Roger. I've got a ICOM SM30 desk mic.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the best thing to do is to take your internal mic gain up to about a 5, and then screwdriver your external amp, your external mic amp down to where you can hit 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say audio. What we want to do is not push that front end audio level too hard, because you could be approaching distortion. So I would say take your internal mic gain to a 5, and then screwdriver adjust your external mic gain until you can hit a 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio. Roger.
On your ALC meter as you say the word audio. Roger.
Roger, Roger. Audio. Audio. That right there is about 2/3 according to my ALC meter. I do have a tendency to talk too loud though.
Roger, Roger. Now, are you using the supplied hand mic on that 7300?
You're using the supplied hand mic on that 7300?
Negative. I'm using an ICOM SM30 desktop microphone.
Yes, sir. My mistake, and I heard you say that. I just wasn't thinking. So, what we want to do is, make sure that we don't overdrive the front end. That's why we want that mic gain, internal mic gain, up to about a 5, which is a nominal level, input level, and then adjust your external mic level to where, when you say the word audio, you're at 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger.
You're at 2/3 on your ALC meter. Roger.
Mic gain goes from 0 to 100.
Audio. 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 That right there is about a little between a 1/2 and 2/3 on my ALC meter. I've got the mic gain on the radio set to 5, and I just have to guess on the microphone because there's really no indicator on it. Just a little screw underneath the microphone. I have to use a jeweler screwdriver to turn it, but I noticed that it seems to be the ALC down. It's about 1/2 to 2/3 right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger that. Roger that. Sounding good. We want to achieve a 3 dB dynamic range. That's what that reading on your ALC meter is all about. At the sweet spot of 2/3 will give you a 3 dB dynamic range, which is a nice fat signal. But the words still have life. They're not like distorted and up against the wall. Roger.
Life. They're not like distorted and up against the wall. Roger.
Roger, Roger. What do I sound like right now? Audio.
Sounds really good. I'm looking at your audio on the output of my 7300, and I'm looking at your audio on a VU meter, which is showing me dynamic range, and I'm also looking at it on a spectrum analyzer, which is showing the audio content as far as frequency response. I would suggest going to your tone page, your equalizer, and cranking in a couple of dB push on your treble EQ. So I would say +2 clicks, let's make it +3 clicks treble boost on your tone control page. Roger?
On your tone control page. Roger?
Hey, Roger. I got it set to +3. And let me go back to this in just a second. That's the wrong one. I've got my bass set at a -1 and my treble set at +3. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I would run it like that. Sounds pretty good. I wish I had a better copy on you, but I do have. I'm on my Cincinnati SDR. It's actually in Kentucky, up around Cincinnati, and it looks to be about 3 to 4 dB over their noise level on that internet SDR. So I've got a fairly good copy on you. If you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, we'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
100, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Roger, Roger. I'll check it out tomorrow. And thank you so much for your help to get me sounding better. But anyway, I'll clear with you. This is November 4 in Zulu Hotel Mike, and I'll be clear.
Roger, Roger, Jeff 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. This is Jim, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and Lou N9GTO, my Elmer's in there.
And Lou N9GTO, my Elmer's in there.
Jim, what is the best SWR you're hearing N9GTO on? Is it, I'm not sure where it is. Which one would be the best? Is it, which one would be the best? While I'm talking, and there we go. Switch around while I'm talking. And tell me what SWR is that you're copying N9GTO. Over?
Roger, Roger. Well, you know, the Kentucky SDR up around Cincinnati is pretty hot. My local antenna's hot. I did have some other traffic around Pennsylvania, though. Let me check that and see who's that. Station calling Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Come back and try it again.
Station calling Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Come back and try it again.
I'm not sure that station's, I think that may be Skip.
I'm not sure that station's, I think that may be Skip.
In there and get your audio checked out. A little bit of help out from Jim Ferguson, KC9VKV. Please come and do so now. Come and do so now.
Yeah, I think I may be going fishing this afternoon.
You think it's over with?
Well, I've been around a couple of times there, and, you know, sometimes traffic's light, sometimes it's heavy. If it's light, you know, I go fishing, Roger.
Well, all right. If that's what you're telling me, I'll go fishing with you. I'll pick you up in 5 minutes.
But, yeah, you know, gosh, it's good to have you along, and because of that, maybe you know, we will discuss some stuff here. I know you don't want to tell me what kind of radio you're running there.
Well, I've been advised not to. The wife wants me to keep a low profile on my QRZ page so it doesn't look like anybody's bragging. Matter of fact, I put a picture of my new radio room on there. You ought to see my shack.
Roger, now, is your shack where out at the farm where some of the repeaters are located? Is that where it is, or elsewhere?
No, I'm down the road about a quarter mile to the left. You've been down the driveway before I took you, where you see downtown Louisville. We bought that property.
Ah, okay, so you're on the edge of the ledge?
I'm on the edge of the ledge.
Roger, Roger. So, and that antenna system is strung out down the edge of the ledge, or up, or how's that go?
No, right now now transmitting on a 40-meter rotatable dipole that's mounted 30 feet off the ground. We got a hit and lightning strike almost a month ago. And it on the 12th of last month, we had a direct hit. It tore up all kinds of stuff. Over.
Yes. Lightning will do that. Lightning is very damaging for amateur radio, and there doesn't seem to be a really good way to handle that. I mean, a direct hit with lightning, it don't matter what you do, you're going to have some trouble. If you have a lightning bolt the size of a Volkswagen bus come down from the sky, I don't care what grounding system you have, you're going to not do well.
You're exactly right. The transmitters in this radio here was unplugged with no coax, and it's the only thing that survived itself.
Yes, sir. Now, what I do disconnect my. I have a input select switch. It's got 6 or 7 antennas on it, so I undo the lead from the switch box to the radio, so that removes the radio from that, and then I have a 80-meter antenna that comes in to a tuner that I disconnect that one too. So I'm pretty good. Some folks though, they do go ahead and they try to put a glass bottle. Put that coax connector that you've loosened from the radio. They put that coax connector in the glass bottle to try to resolve the arc when it comes, if it comes in. Roger.
Roger. Wonder how many glasses it blew up.
Oh, Roger. I just, you have to do what you have to do. But I think disconnecting antennas is probably one of the best ways to try to prevent lightning damage.
Oh, I totally agree. All 3 transmitters, and this rig here is an ICOM. It's the top-of-the-line ICOM. It is the 60th anniversary, I'll say that much. And anyway, this rig here and all 3 transmitters were not connected, both electrical or antenna-wise, and it survived. Everything else, I've even got the 200 amp breaker got welded. I had to change all that out as well. Insurance company has still got a claim open on everything.
Roger. Well, I think you're lucky and very professional as far as getting those antennas disconnected when not in use. That's my motto. If you're not in use, disconnect your antennas.
Well, even a static hit, Jim, a thick static hit can hit you and just it can destroy and burn your house down. It's just so much better. If in doubt, remove it. Just unhook it. And I've got a bus bar where I can screw all my coaxes into, whether it does any good or not. And I've got number 2-aught cable going down to the driven ground rod.
Oh, Roger, probably wouldn't do much good. I mean, when that Volkswagen bus lightning bolt hits, that anything that we might do is just a drop in the bucket as far as being able to prevent problems. I was just thinking also of there's been some radios designed where they were having problems with static electricity. Sometimes static electricity can build up on the mic input. And that was the problem because these mics would be able to control frequency up and down and all that kind of stuff. So it did. The mic was hooked up to more than just the audio and keying circuit. It was also into the tuner aspect to be able to go, change frequency up and down and all that stuff. And because of that, it was subject to static electricity coming in on the microphone cord and causing some severe problem to the front end in these radios, Roger.
I've had microphones burn my lips before.
Roger. Well, now, usually that is a relationship to a power amp that might be not grounded as best as possible and might be just a little warm. Usually, though, I mean, just the regular radio doesn't. I've never gotten really a kick on the lips from a regular radio, but with the power amp in there, sometimes you know it feels sometimes a little warm. Roger.
Roger. Well, if it's out of tune, it'll bite you. It can do that as well, especially the mobile.
Roger. Well, it's been a while since I've been running my mobile. I haven't, I had one time 5 radios in my mobile, and you've seen it. It looked like a fishing trawler.
Yes, you did. It was funny, but you're not going to do that minivan like that now. Teresa won't let you.
No, I just got one antenna on that, and it does well, and so I don't open that door. It's it's got a sliding door that I've got that coax run through, so I don't use that door too much to not push the the crimping aspect of coming through the door. Roger.
Well, Jim, I got a feeling maybe you can make another call and see if we can help somebody else out there. This is N9GTO with the KC9VKV VLOG.
Roger. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, the Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Well, looks like 5 minutes to beer time.
Yes, sir. Maybe sooner than that. I'm going to jump out of here, Lou. We've been around the horn a few times, and traffic is really light, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll see you next Friday. Roger.
See you next time, Friday. N9GTO clear with KC9VKV Vlog. For those listening out there, if you wanted to listen to today's Vlog, please check it out tomorrow afternoon on Jim. Please tell them about the date and episode and so forth and so on. They'll be able to hear whoever was in here and enjoy it. 73s, and back over to you, Jim, for the final.
Roger, Lou, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon and beautiful weekend. Thanks for coming aboard. Always, my Elmer, is a pleasure to have him work the Qso-Vlog net. And with that being said, if you participated and would like to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, it'll take you to this recording, when we've been recording from 3:30 till now. And if you would, like I say, go to YouTube, do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. It'll take you to this recording, and it'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So with all that being said, I will be returning this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear.